All right, everyone. Good morning, and welcome to a very special Sunday superhero painting East Coast art party. Nice, bright, sunny day out there today. Hope everyone's self-isolating and spending the time wisely with their family and friends. Well, whoever's in the house anyway. I would, quickly, I'll go through what you should have today to paint. We're going to be painting all four of these superhero emblems or symbols. These ones might be coming up in a later time. What do we got? Spiderman, Superman, Batman, and Iron Man that we're painting today. Pumped about it. I love that. So in this, our artist is going to do one in each quadrant, but depending on the canvas, you can do that if you want, but you could do just the Batman one, just the Iron Man, whichever one. Just wait for those parts of the instructions, and away you go. So for equipment, you've got, as always, you've got your three brushes, your small, your medium, and large. You got a couple plates there for mixing the paint, some napkins, some water, and of course our paints are red, yellow, blue, black, and white. That's what we're going to be using today. Some of them need all the colors, some of them don't need all the colors. But our Caped Crusader, Damon, will show you all of what we're going to be doing in the instructions. The other thing that I wanted to mention is that you can pause this video. So if you're watching and you're like, oh, he's going too fast, just pause, get caught up, press play, and it'll start right where you left off. So you don't have to worry about him going too fast or too slow, or you can watch it afterwards as well. We post all of them onto our videos tab on the Facebook site. So if you want to go back and check them out, I think we've got about 30 some odd events and artists, and artwork to try. Lots of good stuff there. Without further ado, let's welcome in Captain Damon, the superhero, to show you how to paint these. Good luck, guys.
Captain Damon.
Captain Damon to the rescue.
I like it.
Here we go.
Da 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 da! Lovely.
This is one of your better.
This is a good one.
This is one of your better
I
costumes.
like it. This took time.
For sure. Yeah, definitely.
The only thing I'm worried about when I'm fighting crime is tan lines.
All right, now I got to get a whole new superhero name for you.
That's wonderful. Alrighty, so we're going to start off these backgrounds. They're pretty simple. We want to do thin coats of paint for the backgrounds because we want it to dry somewhat quickly so that we can move on to the other steps. So the first ones I'm going to do is going to be in the top right and the bottom left. That is Spiderman and Iron Man because they're both red. And then I'll move on to the other two. The way we're going to do them is with cross-hatching. And if you don't know what cross-hatching is, you're going to take your large brush, whichever your largest is, and you're going to make a small brush stroke one way, tilt your wrist and do a brush stroke the other way. So it's kind of like you're making an X. Right? That's kind of the motion. It's a hashtag. You want to go back and forth. Small amounts of paint. We don't want this to be just a solid red. That's why we're doing the cross-hatching. It'll give it some texture and whatnot in that background. So let's start this bad boy off. Large brush and some red. So we're going to do a little brush stroke one way. You tilt your wrist and you do a brush stroke the other way. And really spread that paint out. We don't want it to be very thick. And it will give you different shades of red. And make sure you do the sides and the top of your canvas as you're going. We all dressed up as superheroes today? Dressed up as our favorite superheroes? I think you guys have a new favorite superhero, Captain Damon.
Captain Damon of Charlottetown, keeping Charlottetown city streets safe.
Got to keep the people off those streets.
That's correct.
So it's just cross-hatching. Take your time, really spread that paint out. I'm going to move a little bit faster so that I can move on to the other ones. I'm taking my time going by these lines just because I'm doing all four on the one canvas. And even if you're only doing one of these today, we leave the videos up. It's in the video section if anybody's looking for it or curious where to find them. Just go to our Facebook page, it's under videos. You can come back, do another one tomorrow or another one another day or even right after. Alright, there's one done for me. So just cross hatching. Make sure you paint those sides. Whenever you're done with the backgrounds, if you're doing these red ones, excuse me, just clean out your brush and dry it off. I'm going to move up to Superman next. And for Superman, or as I call him, just Man, because him and I are like best buds. Yeah. I got the inside hook up with the Man. We're going to make a little bit of light blue. So to make a light blue, you always start with your lightest color first. We're going to take some white over there. And we're going to start adding little bits of blue into it until we get a nice light blue that we like. Now everybody's blue is going to be a bit different. Don't worry. So is mine. Every time we paint, it's going to look a little different. That is fine. And we're going to do the same thing where we're cross-hatching in some of that light blue. Again, really spread out that paint. Make sure it's thin. We want it to dry quickly. go. And for the last one down there, good old Batman. Had him over for dinner last night. We're gonna do some black. Now instead of doing just black in our brush, we're gonna wet our brush just a little bit with just a tiny touch of water. Pick up some black and then do some cross hatching. That'll give it so it's not just a solid black on the canvas.
I'm going to do a quick, I got to step out, so I'm going to do a quick trivia question for folks to think about.
Yeah.
I would like to know, what is the newspaper that Peter Parker worked for? What's the name of it?
What is the name of the newspaper that Peter Parker worked for? I don't think you're going to stump these guys today. I think we got some pretty good fans.
They're all super fans of the superheroes.
Super fans. So I just dipped my brush in the tiniest amount of water and then picked up some black and kept cross-hatching here. Little bits of paint. Really spread that out. There we go. Take your time with that. Spread that paint out. We don't want any big clumps of paint. We're going to take a little drying break while you guys ponder that trivia question. I'm sure you'll get it pretty quick. But we'll take a little break to let this dry. To help it dry, if you have big clumps of paint, you can you can spread those out, or you can fan it with a plate, go grab a blow dryer, whatever you need to do. But we're going to let that dry for a little bit, and then we'll come right back to it. Alrighty. I think that's long enough. If it's not, like I said, you can grab a plate, you can fan your canvas. I'm just going to touch up my edges here. You can fan it dry, take a little break. The cool thing about the live video, you can pause and rewind it. There's no worries there. I'm just making sure I get my edges here. And I did tell Lynn that he wasn't going to be able to stump you guys with trivia today. I think, like, everybody got that one right. It was the Daily Bugle. So when he gets back up here, we're going to get him to find a harder one. Because I know you guys are, like, super fans. So our next part is the same on all of them. We're going to do a little bit more to our background. Now we will need a pencil or a piece of chalk afterwards. We're going to do a bit more to this background. I want you to take a napkin or a piece of paper towel or anything along those lines and scrunch it up. Because we're going to lightly dip this in some white and wipe it off on the side. And then we're going to do some dabbing, kind of diagonally across our canvas. That's very random. We're not looking for a straight line with this. We're going to dab on some white lightly. Then we're going to dab on some black lightly. And we'll go from there. So I pick up some white on my napkin and wipe it off. In small amounts at a time, we're going to start dabbing. Don't dab in the same spot too many times. I just want to get a little hint of that on there. Small amounts at a time. And whenever you pick up paint, wipe it off on the side of your plate, side of your paint cup, whatever you're using. Just so we get a little bit. See how it's not a perfectly straight line, it's kind of spread out. But we're just going diagonally. We're going to do that on all of them. Small amounts at a time. Ah, my arch nemesis has returned.
That's correct.
So we did take like a short drying break, and I gave them the answer to the trivia question because everybody got it right.
Okay.
I told you, man.
All right, I know. All right. Good guesses. That's fine.
That's all right. We gotta up that trivia a little.
You know, you can't.
Yeah.
Can't
Ease
stump
into
them. Yeah, you gotta ease into it a little bit here.
All right. I hear you. So small amounts at a time, dabbing diagonally with some white.
Okay, another superhero trivia question. People who have the X gene are known as what?
Thought you said we were gonna stump them.
You know that as well?
Oh, dude! Don't get me started on superhero trivia.
Okay, I didn't know this one.
Oh, that's all right. We'll let them guess. Some may not. Who knows? All depends on which sort of superheroes and shows they're into. We'll see. All right, so I dabbed on little bits of that white, nice and light. Now I'm just going to take a different side of my napkin, just scratch it up again, and we're going to dab on very, very, very small amounts of black. Done the same way, where we pick up a little black and we wipe it off, either on our plate or our paint cup, and very small amounts at a time, okay? Just want a little tiny bit in there. Very small amounts. When it comes to black, you can always add more, but it is hard to take away. So start with less, and then just keep adding a bit more, until you're happy with it. And especially with this part, they are all going to look different. That is A-okay.
You know that trivia question answer. You know what the X gene stands for. Or that not stands for, but that it represents.
Who doesn't?
Okay, I'll admit I did not know this.
Ah. You gotta give him something hard, like. What's Superman's birthday?
Do you know that one too, smartphone?
Oh, of course.
Of course. All right, that's the question then. What's Superman's birthday? Two trivia questions asked.
There you go.
Keep people's minds sharp this Sunday morning.
So we dabbed on little bits of white, and then we went back and we dabbed on tiny touches of black. Then we're going to take a little break because we need this to be completely dry before we do some drawing. Because yes, we're going to have to draw on here, but I did break it down to some basic shapes for you, so it will make it easier. All right, and we're back. Now, if your paint isn't completely dry, I'm just going to fan that for a minute. Because we will need a pencil or a piece of chalk or something to draw with. So the drawings, they fell. I broke them down into some basic shapes for you. Let's see who's where. There. So whenever you're drawing, light little pencil lines. Don't press very hard. That way you can erase. You just need to press hard enough so that you can see it. That's it. Nobody else needs to see it. Just as long as you can see it. Nice and faint. Then you can also erase. But whenever we're doing any sort of drawing, we always like to break it down into basic shapes. Because everything can be made from basic shapes. So we're going to start this off. Put Iron Man. Superman. Batman. And Spider-Man. See if these will stay up. There we go. So, Batman. Nice and simple. Nice big oval. Nice big oval. And yes, you can see pencil lines on black. If you put them on there, you might have to tilt your canvas a little bit, but the light will reflect off of it, and you'll be able to see your pencil lines. Chalk also works. Any type of chalk, sidewalk chalk, whatever. Nice big oval. That's all you gotta do for him. Spider-Man. That looks like an ice cream cone. I don't want ice cream.
Whoa. To handle some ice cream right now.
It's a nice sunny day.
Yeah.
Can have some ice cream. Yeah. Might have to. Anyway, back to work. Spider-Man. He's two ovals, so smaller oval on the top, larger oval, and a triangle, or an ice cream cone. Light little pencil lines. Superman over here is a nice big rectangle, and then he's got 3 triangles. Now we are going to take these another step further. But we're going to start with this. Iron Man, I'm going to give you a little bit more of a close-up because he's got a few more little shapes in him. There we go. Even Iron Man is a big square, rectangle, and some triangles. You're just breaking it down to its basic shapes. So we have Superman. And again, you can pause this video. You can rewind. We're going to take these one step further. I'll give you close-ups of them all so that you guys can pause and hold on that if you like.
What was Superman's birthday?
February 29th.
Really?
Yep.
Wow. Okay. Superman's birthday, February 29th. I think everybody got the, everybody that actually guessed there what the X would the, not stands for, but X gene is known as people who have it. The X gene, they're known as mutants. Well done. Let's see. Okay. Here's another one that you're probably going to guess real quick, but I'm going to ask it anyway. What is the name of the power source that Iron Man uses? What's it called?
What is it called? Alright, so there's some close-ups of those. You guys can feel free to pause on them if you like, if we need to. But once we get those drawn in, we're going to take it one step further. And we're going to start connecting these shapes. Now, Batman actually doesn't need to be taken one step further. He can just hang out right there. And I'll give you close-ups of these as well. But from the basic shapes, like Superman, we had the rectangle and some triangles. We had light little lines. And then we just start connecting them, giving those shapes, connecting those shapes together, giving them some curves, till we get Superman's logo. And we haven't put the S on there yet. Don't worry, that comes later. Iron Man, he had a few more shapes in him. A little bit trickier, might take you a couple more minutes, that's okay. But we connected them as well. And we got our Iron Man. Same with Spiderman over there. We connected them. I'll give you close-ups of these. Then I'm going to draw mine on real quick. So I'll put them back up here. And then we'll come back and we'll start painting. So you might be able to see some pencil lines I did for the S on Superman. Don't worry about that right now. Only focus on those black lines. Only focus on the black lines. And I think we've got the oval figured out. So I'm going to put these back up, leave them up for a minute while I draw mine. Take your time, hit pause on those close-ups if you need to. I'm going to put mine in and then we'll Superman down. Stay. We'll be back in just a second. Okay, we're back. Again, if that wasn't quite long enough to get those drawn on, feel free to hit pause, rewind it, no worries. That's why we gave you the close-ups. Now the next step is the same for everybody. We're going to use our medium or small brush, depending on how small your little areas are. And we're going to paint a thin coat of white on all of these. Now, Spider-Man, we do have to add a little bit more white, but let's just follow those pencil lines with what we drew first. Thin coat of white. Okay, if you can still see some of your colors underneath it. It's a thin coat, it's just a base coat. We have more to do. I always say to follow your pencil lines and what you drew to start, and then just stand back, take a look at it. Maybe we'll have to tweak the shape a little bit. I'm going to do the same thing here where I just follow my pencil lines, then I'll stand back, take a look at them all. Maybe we'll have to change the shape.
Hey Damon, why did Batman and Robin quit going fishing together?
I don't know, Lynn. Why did Batman and Robin quit going fishing together?
Because Robin ate all the worms. Ba-dum-bum.
Nice.
Damon, do you know why baby Superman was the only kid at the playground?
No, I don't.
Because the sign said supervision required. Get it? Baby Superman has supervision. He was the only one.
Oh my, I love it.
I'll be here all day.
Yes. So one other thing we're going to add with Spider-Man with white is with our little brush, we're going to add in his legs. Just a thin coat of white. Now we'll be painting over these afterwards. You can pencil them in beforehand if you prefer. Whatever you feel more comfortable with. Just thin little lines. We'll be able to tweak the shape of them when we get the other color on.
Damon, do you know what you get when you cross a superhero with a potato?
No, Len. What do you get?
Spiderman.
Oh my.
Especially appropriate for PEI.
This is great.
Spiderman. Yeah.
Len's officially started to lose it. It's wonderful. Nobody has more fun than us.
Correct.
Go. And I just got Iron Man to paint in with a thin coat of white left. we go. So we got a base coat of white on all of those. Now we do need it dry. Easiest way to do that, just give it a little fan. Do we have another trivia maybe? Well, we're fanning this, and then we'll get going again.
Sure.
Come on, Spiderman.
I like Spiderman.
Spiderman's great.
All right. Let's see here. Let's see. All right. Here's a different one. What was Bruce Banner exposed to that turned him into the Hulk?
We're really not trying to stump you. We're giving you all.
All right, give
we're
us
just
the guess,
throwing
then.
you all of these
Give us the
gimmies.
guess. Give us the guess.
No, let's let them guess.
Oh, okay. I'm calling your bluff. I don't think you know.
I can't remember the name of it.
See, that's part of trivia. You need to know
I
the
can't
name.
remember the name of it.
Yeah. I think you're so smart.
I'm trying to give him a hard time. It's not working.
Correct.
Oh, can't pull one over on Len. So we need these to be completely dry. Completely dry. Fan them, blow dry them, take a little break. If it's already dry, jump up. 20 jumping jacks today. We're upping it. You guys have been doing 15 every day. Let's do 20. All right, that's good. Now we need our mixing plate. And for these three, so Superman, Iron Man, and Spider-Man, we need to make a pale yellow or sunshiny yellow. So we're not going to use just yellow. We're going to take a few scoops of white over to our mixing plate, and then we're going to add a little bit of yellow into it at a time. Now I'm going to take a little bit more because I have all three to do. So we're going to take some white and then we're going to start adding some yellow to it. It'll just give us a bit of a brighter yellow. It'll help cover. So this is for Superman, Iron Man, and Batman. Just brightens up that yellow a little bit. So each one of those we are going to paint in with this color. So everywhere we painted the white for our base coat, we're going to paint in with this color. Excuse me. Spider-Man, you guys just hold on one sec. We're going to get to you. So after I mix a color, I always like to wipe my brush off, just to get any extra paint off of it. Let's go ahead and paint this in. All right, what's the answer to that trivia there, Spider-Man?
Everybody got it. It's gamma radiation. And you didn't know it, so don't pretend you did. Alright. So having said that. Let's see here.
I think we found out Len's superpower is definitely not speed.
I was looking for. I forgot I was looking for another trivia question.
You got distracted.
I did get distracted. Alright. In the Captain America movie, what was the name of the evil organization the hero was fighting? This one might stump a few people. Captain America. No? What are you looking at me for? Do you know it? Go ahead. That's what I thought. Bluff called again.
I can even picture their logo and the name slipping my mind.
Really?
Like, dead serious. I'm like, oh, I'm put on the spot.
Yeah, that's too bad. I don't believe you.
Alright, so I painted in Batman, Superman, and Iron Man with that pale yellow we made. Spider-Man, we're going to hop over to you. Now we want a little bit of a darker blue for Spider-Man. If you're using our paints, we're going to take some blue and we're going to add a little tiny touch of black to it, and then a little tiny touch of white. We just need like a dark navy-ish blue. So the easiest way to do that is blue. If you have a nice blue already that you like, just use that. But I'm going to take some blue, I'm going to add just a little pinprick of black, and a tiny pinprick of white. I know it might seem odd, well, why are we adding black and white if we want this to be darker? Because we're looking for a navy-ish color.
Do you know what superheroes put in their drinks, Damon?
No, what do superheroes put in their drinks, Len?
Just ice. Justice. Just ice.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, just ice for all.
He's having more fun with these jokes.
All right, well, you know what?
Navy-ish blue. We're going to go ahead and paint in Spider-Man.
Do you know why Bruce Wayne can't get a date?
No, Len, why can't Bruce Wayne get a date?
Because he has bad breath. Bad breath.
I'm trying to paint. Oh my goodness.
Kids, you remember these jokes? Because they're great.
These are some solid jokes.
All right, Damon, I put up a poll, and everybody says that they're liking the jokes, so...
Yeah.
All right, okay.
I'm loving them, dude. I was being serious.
All right, well, I got another one for you then.
Like, these are
Which
great.
superhero loves hot chicken broth?
Which superhero loves hot chicken? I don't know.
Superman! Soup?
Oh my goodness. Hope you guys are having fun this Sunday morning. I was being serious when I said I like the jokes. Like, these are awesome.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do a little mix between trivia and jokes, I think, from here
Yeah.
on in, because it's good stuff.
We're digging it.
Yeah.
As long as you guys are having fun, see what we can come up with, keep you entertained.
Absolutely.
There we go. So I painted in my Spider-Man. As always, clean out your brush, dry it off. And we're going to need these completely dry before we do anything else. So we're going to take a short little break, because we're going to have to do a little bit more drawing on them. So we're going to take just a short little break. I'll get the drawing ready, and then we'll come back and I'll explain all of that.
Captain Damon back in the house.
Captain Damon.
It's definitely not Captain Trivia today, that's for sure. So the answer to the trivia question, speaking of that,
yes,
a lot of people got it. Most people that guessed got it. It is Hydra. Hydra, which you said that you knew.
I knew their logo. I couldn't, off the top of my head, pull out the name Hydra.
All right, well, we'll give that.
Don't judge me.
No, I'm not going to judge you.
I can't have.
No. Wouldn't work.
Can't get everything right.
Correct. All right. I think do another trivia question.
Do another one, and then I'll tell them about these drawings.
All right. What was Professor X's real name? Professor X. What was his real name?
John. Bill.
Wrong.
Jeremy.
And wrong. And I'm not telling you if you're right now. Anyway, I want
Gibraltar.
Jamal. Yeah. No, it was none of those names.
Harold. I do this all day.
Yeah. You could do it all day.
Okay.
Be wrong all day.
That's okay. I'm used to it. We need to do a little bit more drawing on Superman, Iron Man, and Batman so that we know where to put our next colors. Spider-Man, I'm going to leave him up there drying. So for Superman, again, you can pause this. That's why I'm going to give you a close-up. You need to lightly pencil in big S. For Iron Man, and this was done really quickly, he kind of looks cross-eyed in this little drawing, so don't judge. We penciled in his eyes, and then we penciled in this rectangle. And Batman. I'm going to do this one kind of piece by piece on camera. So we have our oval, and then on either side we put two nice big curves. See how we're following the shape of the oval? Then we're going to jump down here to putting a V. And adding an M. See how it's all just basic shapes, basic letters. Again, you can pause, you can rewind. And we jump up to the top here. It's like a little smiley face. And a nice big curve to connect his wings. All right, I'm going to give you guys a minute to do that. While I do mine, it'll just take me a second, and then we will get back painting. So remember, I know I've repeated it a bunch, but there is that pause and rewind button. First thing we're going to do, Iron Man, we are going to put some white on his eyes with our little tiny brush. Since I have white on my brush, I'm going to add some white highlights into Spider-Man. Now the details of all these paintings take different amounts of time, so don't rush it. There is a final step that we have to do with all of them. So I put some white in Iron Man's eyes. I'm going to get some white highlights on Spider-Man. Len, who's your favorite superhero?
Well, I would say I don't really have a favorite superhero. I have a couple favorite superhero movies.
Okay.
So I love the Iron Man series, but the original Batman with Jack Nicholson as the Joker. We just rewatched it. I mean, that came out in 1988.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's a long time ago, and it was absolutely, it would be viral, as they say today. And
It would be viral.
Everybody had Batman everything, and it was kind of the first one that kind of, sparked all of the superhero movies that we see today. But the acting is just fair. But
that's what's awesome about rewatching old movies is the acting. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So for Iron Man and Superman, we have to make a darker red. So we can take our medium brush to make the color. We're going to take some red over to our mixing plate, and then we're going to add small amounts of black into it at a time. Little bits at a time. Because you can always add more. It's hard to take it away. Just so it's a shade or two of a darker red. Now you can use a small brush, medium brush, whichever you feel more comfortable with. For Superman, we are going to paint in that S, but we're also going to put like a little border of red inside our yellow.
crack up the silence here with a little bit of, a bad superhero joke.
There is no bad superhero joke. They're all good. Did you get distracted again?
No. Some of them are bad, but that's okay. What's the difference between Batman and a criminal? Batman goes shopping without Robin.
Oh my, that one's great. I love it.
Where's Spider-Man's homepage? It's on the web.
Yes.
The answer to the trivia question, everybody got it as well, was, except for Damon, Charles Xavier was...
I was close.
Okay. Okay. All right. What was the name Wolverine was born as? It's a good trivia question.
That's a good one. That's a good one. There we go. Whew, that took a little while. Batman. You need to paint him in black. And then we just have a few little lines to do on Iron Man and Superman, and then something we can do on all of them. Do you guys have any good superhero jokes?
Yeah.
If you've got any, come on, fire them in the comments there. Let's hear them.
Funny. I'd love to hear them.
All right, so I painted in Batman. I'm going to take my little tiny brush and black. And we're going to do some outlining on Superman and Iron Man. And And then we'll all together do our final steps. A little tiny brush, little bits of black. Whenever you're using your little tiny brush for little lines, you want to hold your paintbrush close to those bristles. Just a little bit of paint. And the lighter you press, the skinnier your line will be. So take your time, press lightly. To help your black flow a bit better, you can always dip your brush in a tiny little touch of water and then pick up some paint and take your time doing some outlining.
Nobody knows so far. No correct guesses to what name was Wolverine born as.
No correct guesses?
They've got what he was commonly known as.
It's not Logan.
Correct. That's what he was commonly known as.
Yeah.
But there's a name that he was born as, and it's not Logan.
Maybe you finally stumped him on that one. That's great.
Well, it all depends if anybody went and Googled it, but...
No Google.
Yeah. See who gets this. If the actor who played Wolverine were to reveal that he's been a con artist his entire life, would that mean this has all been a huge act, man? Hugh Jackman?
That one was that one takes the cake.
I really like that one.
Yeah.
If he were to reveal he's been a con artist his whole time, would that mean this has all been a huge act, man?
Winner.
Oh, God. All right. I looked up some Wolverine jokes. So my mate wears the same jacket when he's impersonating either Matt Damon or Hugh Jackman. Maybe he's born with it. Maybe it's Wolverine. Maybe he's born with it. Maybe it's Wolverine.
Yes.
Coffee's good today.
Coffee's very good.
Yeah, very good today.
Don't know where it's from?
No.
Country style.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Country style has the worst coffee.
What?
Well, I mean, you've been giving them ads for 2 weeks. I'm going to tell them, that they're not.
Oh, okay. Yeah. They haven't endorsed us yet, so let's move on to somebody else.
Oh, God. It was obviously a huge act, man.
You're still cracking up over it.
That was a good one.
That was good.
I liked it.
There we go. One other little thing to do with those two is just a couple of tiny white highlights. Nice and light. Now, for one of the last steps for all of these, you don't have to do this part. I enjoy doing it. If you're going to do it, follow my instructions very well. That way you won't make a mess. So listen first. If you're going to do it, follow my instructions very well. We're going to take our large brush. We're going to lightly wet the bristles. We're going to pick up a tiny little bit of white paint. I'm going to show you all this again. We're going to hold our brush really close to the canvas. So not back here. You're going to hold it really close to the canvas. You're going to do light little flicks. I'm just going to add a little splatter on them all. But, like I said, close to the canvas, nice and light, so that it doesn't go everywhere.
And as we can see from over here,
that was Jeff.
we
That was Jeff.
don't always...
That was Jeff.
Oh, geez, throwing people under the bus already.
Yeah,
Some
there's the
superhero.
bus. There's Jeff.
I like the way you're doing it anyway.
Nice and light, close to the canvas. It should at least eliminate the spray. I've done like 40 paintings up here since we started. There's going to be a little bit of overspray for me. I'll clean it.
Before we go any further, I do want to give, before I forget, the answer to the trivia question: what was Wolverine's name when he was born? You guys got it. A couple people got it. James Howlett was his name. Oh.
Let's get you a little close-up of that. Because it's nice and light, there's only little bits. See how there's that little white splatter? Just a little touch. And when you're done with all of that, you have to do the most important step, which Captain Damon says is...
Captain Damon has to sign his painting.
Sign it! Sign it. Usually in the bottom right-hand corner. And you're done. Now I'm going to go fly away.
All right. Thank you, Damon, for showing us how to paint our 4 different superhero emblems here. Again, that's my favorite. First movie I ever saw. Love that movie. Anyway, we would love to see your finished work. And what we've started to do yesterday, I thought it was a good idea. We actually put up a little picture, and then in the comments we started posting some of the photos. So gonna do that again. So don't bother sending them right to us in a private message. Send them, find the post and put them in there so that everybody can see them, not just us. We love seeing them though, and we love seeing how everybody's spending the time. We like seeing the setups and how big of a mess you've made, and seeing sort of some of the other pieces that you've done over the last couple of weeks. And with that, we will see you next time. Thanks for joining us, and enjoy the rest of your day.